Imagine a wedding day. The flowers are perfect. The lighting is soft and cinematic. The guests are smiling like they're watching the opening scene of a fairy tale. The vows are spoken clearly, almost as if they've been practiced in front of a mirror. Everyone applauds at the right moments. Everyone believes they are witnessing the beginning of something sacred. From the outside, it looks like a victory. But look closer. Look at the person standing at the altar. Not the curve of the smile, the eyes behind it. There is a specific kind of silence that happens inside the mind of someone about to marry a person they do not truly love. It is not peaceful. It is not grounded. It is suppression. It is the sound of logic overriding instinct. The sound of a rational mind negotiating with a screaming heart. We are raised on a story. Love leads to marriage. Marriage leads to happiness. And happiness proves you chose correctly. But for millions of people, marriage is not about passion. It is about safety. It is about stability. It is about timing. It is about family expectations. It is about the quiet fear of being left behind while everyone else builds a life. And here is the part no one wants to admit. The fear of being alone can feel heavier than the fear of being unloved. From the outside, it looks like you succeeded. From the inside, it feels like you vanished. Why do intelligent, self-aware people do this? Why would someone who understands themselves still choose a partner who does not ignite their soul? And what happens to the human psyche when it is forced to live misaligned year after year in a role that looks right but feels wrong? To understand loveless marriage, we have to dismantle one of the most persistent myths in modern American culture. That love is the primary reason people get married. Historically, marriage was not romantic. It was economic, strategic, protective. It secured land, status, lineage, social approval. Love was optional. Stability was not. In the modern era, we layered romance on top of that structure. But the older wiring never disappeared. It still lives in the nervous system. One powerful force behind loveless marriage is anuptophobia, the fear of remaining single. You may never say the word out loud, but you know the feeling. There is a subtle social clock ticking in the background of American life. By 30, you should be settled. By 35, building a family. By 40, proving you were not forgotten. As those milestones approach without the one, panic begins rewriting standards. The brain shifts from pursuing aliveness to minimizing risk. You stop asking, "Do I feel alive with this person?" and start asking, "Will this work? Are they stable? Do they have a solid career? Do our families approve? Will this look like success?" The criteria becomes practical, transactional, logical. I may not feel electricity, but I will not be alone. For some people, safety is not just appealing. It is addictive, especially for anyone raised in chaos, instability, emotional neglect, or financial insecurity. If this moved you, comment 9 right now. If it didn't, comment 0. Your voice matters. Take 1 second and share it. When you grow up in survival mode, passion feels like a luxury. What you crave is relief. A stable partner does not feel like a love story. They feel like a fortress. Then there is the compatibility illusion. Shared values, shared goals, similar politics, similar spending habits. You function well as a team. The mind begins to negotiate with the heart. Look how aligned we are. Love will grow. Sometimes it does. Often it does not. Compatibility without chemistry becomes polite exile. A life that works on paper but leaves the body unmoved. But the deeper engine behind loveless marriage is attachment. Attachment is the emotional blueprint formed early in life about what love feels like, what it costs, and how to keep it. Adults often believe they are choosing partners consciously. In reality, they are responding to familiarity. If you have an anxious attachment style, love feels uncertain. You chase reassurance. You fear abandonment. When you meet someone stable and consistent, it feels like salvation. Not passion, salvation. The thought becomes, they will not leave me. For someone avoidant, deep intimacy feels suffocating. Being fully seen feels dangerous. So they unconsciously choose someone they do not deeply love. Lukewarm connection feels safer than emotional intensity. Then trauma complicates everything. If you grew up with volatility, you may mistake drama for chemistry, anxiety for attraction, intensity for depth. When you meet someone healthy and calm, your mind says, this is good, but your nervous system whispers, this feels boring. You do not realize you are making a lifelong decision under the influence of unresolved history. Now let's be honest. Settling rarely looks like settling in the beginning. It looks mature, it looks responsible, it looks peaceful. How do you know the difference? Relief feels stronger than excitement. You feel protected from loneliness, not magnetically drawn. Your body avoids intimacy. Touch feels rehearsed. Affection feels like performance. You feel lighter when they are not around, not because you dislike them, but because your nervous system relaxes. You do not share your full self. Your humor, your fears, your deeper longings stay hidden. The future looks stable but gray. Your relationship runs on logistics, bills, schedules, errands. Everything functions except aliveness. You fantasize about another version of yourself, not necessarily another partner, just a self who feels awake again. If you recognize these signs, it does not mean you are broken. It means your inner world is signaling truth. Love is not just compatibility, it is vitality. After the wedding ends and the honeymoon fades, the psychological battle begins. Cognitive dissonance takes hold. Two truths collide. I promise to love this person forever. I feel empty when they touch me. The brain cannot tolerate contradiction for long, so it builds stories. Passion fades anyway. Real love is duty. This is adulthood. The narrative soothes the mind, but the body keeps records. Tightness in the chest, irritability without cause, emotional numbness, a dull sadness that has no clear explanation. Then comes the quietest pain, loneliness inside marriage. Most people think loneliness means being alone, but the most painful loneliness is lying next to someone who does not truly see you. Conversations shrink into transactions. Did you pay the mortgage? What time is dinner? Who is picking up the kids? Nothing dramatic, just hollow. Over time, you begin shrinking. You stop sharing your deeper thoughts. You censor your dreams. You become smaller to maintain peace. And here is what most people miss. You cannot think your way out of a marriage your nervous system experiences as deprivation. Even if your partner is kind, even if they are loyal. If emotional intimacy is missing, your body registers absence. Emotional deprivation is chronic stress, not loud stress, quiet stress. Some respond with anxiety, restlessness, sleep disruption, irritability over small things. Others collapse inward. Functional depression. You still show up. You still smile. But color drains from life. Eventually, you stop trusting your own signals. Maybe this is normal. Maybe this is adulthood. No, this is your body keeping score. When connection is missing, the psyche searches for substitutes. Indifference is one path. You lower expectations to zero. The marriage becomes a partnership of convenience. Displacement is another. Work becomes obsession. Parenting becomes identity. Seeking is the most misunderstood. Emotional affairs. Reconnecting with old flames online. Fantasies at night. Not always selfishness, often starvation. Sometimes substitutes become darker. Alcohol, pornography, shopping, anything that creates temporary sensation. Why not leave? Because leaving is not just logistical, it is existential. Years invested, shared finances, shared friends, children. The sunk cost fallacy whispers, You cannot let this be for nothing. Shame compounds it. Shame of failing. Shame of wanting more. Shame of breaking vows. And the sentence that traps many people in place. I am staying for the kids. Stability matters. But children absorb emotional climate. If love feels distant, they normalize distance. Eventually, every loveless marriage reaches a fork. One path is companionate stability. Respect remains. Friendship replaces passion. For some, that is enough. Another path is resentment. Contempt corrodes. Safety becomes prison. The quietest path is parallel lives. Two people sharing a house but not a soul. Respect is the dividing line. Without passion, a marriage can survive. Without respect, it collapses internally. If you recognize yourself here, there are only two courageous paths. Stay and rebuild. If respect and goodwill remain, intimacy can sometimes be relearned. Honest conversations. Therapy. Rebuilding friendship before expecting desire. Or leave with dignity. Prepare carefully. Protect your children. Grieve honestly. Because life is not endless. And it is better to be alone and authentic than partnered and invisible. If this reflection felt uncomfortable, it's because it touched something real. Loveless marriage isn't about blame. It's about awareness. And awareness is the first step toward change, whether that means rebuilding or walking away with dignity. If this resonated with you, like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more deep psychological conversations about love, identity, and emotional truth.